The Marketing EM Talk, Life of a Student Entrepreneur, will begin in a few minutes. Please welcome your host for today's talk, Eileen Roberto.
Hey everybody, I hope you're all having a very wonderful afternoon. My name is Eline Alberto and I will be your host for today. We want to welcome everyone to Mint's Course Week. Put your records on and get in line because we are about to explore Retro Mint, creations through time and beyond. We've saved you the best seats for today's program, so make sure to stay in tune with us throughout the event for today's business talk, as we will utilize this platform to present topics that are engaging, informative, and of course, relevant to today's fast paced world. So, thank you for taking the time to join us today. We may not be in our usual face to face setup, but we can guarantee you that you'll learn a lot with our talk as we tackle business insights from our youth speakers. To help us stay motivated and uplifted despite the current pandemic situation, that's what's going to happen. Feel free to drop questions on the topic and share your struggles and experiences. As much as possible, we will try to answer your questions by the end of each guest session featuring Miss Julia Morados, Miss Geleen Echiverri, and Miss Gabrielle David. Also, make sure to keep in touch on our social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram at MintJama for more updates. Without further ado, let me give the floor to our first speaker. She has been a working student since high school and is currently a consistent Dean's Listing graduating student taking up a behavioral science majoring in organizational and social systems development at De La Salle University, Manila. There, she finished her term as the Director for Character Building at AIESEC in DLSU. Alongside her studies, she also helps with her family businesses and her own brand. In her free time, she takes opportunities for freelance work and passionately teaches ballet to children on the weekends. Wow. She is also the founder of Purposeful Productivity, a platform to help people cultivate identity driven habits in order to live a purpose driven life. Everyone, please welcome Miss Julia Morados.
Hi everyone, my name is Julia Morados. I am really excited to be here. So thank you once again to Mint JMA and of course Mint JMA's President Ira Hernandez for inviting me to speak today. Um, I want to start off this talk by doing things a little bit different. Instead of telling you what my talk will include, I will tell you what I will not be talking about. So I will not be talking about how to have the best-selling business. I will not be talking about how to earn six-digit figures while studying. And I will not be talking about how to land the best roles, the best jobs while studying. But instead, today, I will make you internalize your meaning of success, how to juggle being a student who has a lot of side hustles, and really give you a different sense of productivity in terms of the purpose you put into everything you do. Now, all of these things I feel are very, very underrated and things we do not give the needed importance to when we take on new opportunities, and whether in business, in school, or anything in life for that matter. And that's why that's what I will be talking about today. So hello again to everyone. My name is Julia Morados, especially for those who just came in. I am a graduating student at the De La Salle University, Manila, taking up behavioral science, major in organizational and social systems development, minoring in sociology. So yes, it's a very long course, but it's one that I am very passionate about. So one thing to know about me is that I've been a working student for as long as I can remember, and I have been very active in terms of my extracurriculars. I was always in the student government, very active student leader. I was also very active in my professional training in ballet, and later on in senior high, I joined many marketing competitions, most of which were for college students. I was representing Mint College. Yes, I am indeed an alumna of Mint College. I took up entrepreneurship. I learned a lot through that, especially through my org, Mint JMA. I'm very proud to come from Mint JMA, where I served as the VP for internals. So I learned a lot from Sir Moni and even my ates and kuyas here at the org. And that's why I took those many opportunities while I was in senior high here at Mint College. I could go on and on about the different things I did growing up, but I think you guys get the picture of how I tried to tackle everything growing up because I wanted to be successful. But fast forward to today, I am still doing many things, but like what I said in the intro, I am a working student and I am graduating this year. I help with our family business and my own. I teach ballet as well. This is all alongside my org work and my volunteer work as well. Now, the difference is today I intentionally chose each of those things I'm doing now because I know it serves purpose in my life. Although I may be doing a lot of things, I don't dread it because I know this is part of what I'm supposed to do. So let's dive into how this can apply to you. So when you're thinking of starting a business, applying for a job, or starting a side hustle, what do you need to think about, especially as a student? So here are different things to ask yourself before you take on those opportunities. Number one, find your why and your motivator. This serves as a drive for your everydays. It serves as a drive for everything that you do. Now, if you do not have a why or a motivator, the things you do easily bring a big weight on your shoulders because there's nothing that pushes you forward. So make your why and your motivator aligned with your calling. If you feel that you don't have a why or a calling, remember that it's more than just a job. You want it's more than just a job. If you feel that you don't have a why or calling, remember that it's more than just the job you want to have because that's just a tool to your calling. Your job is just a means to your true calling. For example, you can be called to listen to people. Your calling can be to help people through education or through ideas or all these things can be executed through different jobs. And that's why your calling is different from your job. Now, before you enter something new, think about your why and your motivator in life because that's what drives you towards the right things. Now, the second question to ask yourself is, what is your purpose in taking this new opportunity? Why are you starting a new business? Why are you taking on this new opportunity? When it's rooted in something temporary and self-serving, it is definitely not a sustainable why, because you will get burnt out. And believe me, this happened so much times. I have taken opportunities for the mere sake of thinking that it is a key factor in my success, but in truth, it just added weight. It just added big weight on my shoulders that I felt like I was dragging myself around. And yeah, I guess I took in those various opportunities without purpose. It wasn't aligned with what I wanted to do and what matters to me. And it was just a stepping stone into what I thought would be success. Sometimes we think that certain things contribute to our success, so we keep adding and adding, but investing in the right things, whether one or two only, makes a bigger impact in the direction of our lives. In Brianna West's essay called The Psychology of Daily Routine, she talks about how more is not better. Happiness is not in how many things you do, it's in how well you do them. So think about what you're saying yes to, and think about how worth it is investing in. You are not only investing money, but you're investing time, effort, emotions, and so many more sacrifices. So you really have to think about that. So again, assess the purpose in taking on a new opportunity. Use your why in making these decisions, further being rooted in your calling and purpose in life, and not rooted in something temporary because it adds the wrong kind of weight in your everyday life. Now, number three, the third question you should ask yourself is, what type of person am I trying to become? Anything we do in life and every decision we make contributes to the person we are becoming. Craig Groeschel shared in his leadership podcast about the importance of who goals more than do goals. Think about who we want to be more than what we want to do. This way, we can get a clear picture of the opportunities we have to take or we have to make for ourselves. Because thinking about the person we're trying to become helps us make decisions better rather than just always thinking about what we want to do in this life. You know, this also reminds me of one of my favorite quotes from this book and podcast as well. You can check it out. It's called End Hustle, Fight, Hurry. They said there that it's important to honor the process of becoming. It relieves so much pressure and takes the burden off when we shift our perspective to, I am trying to become someone, not just do a bunch of things. So with that, think about, who do you want to become? Or what person are you trying to become while making big decisions, whether in business or in school or in work? Now let's do a recap. So what questions do we need to ask before taking on new opportunities? Number one, find your why and your motivator. Ask yourself, what is your purpose in taking this new opportunity? And number three, what type of person do you want to become? Now, when you ask yourselves all of these things, it will be easier to juggle all the things you need to do as a working student or as a student who loves to have side hustles, because your energy is not wasted on the wrong things. It is invested in the right things where your why and your motivator lies. And that's it. Short and sweet. I hope this helps you give more direction in the decisions you have to make as a working student, because that has definitely helped me in countless ways. It's actually in what I call purposeful productivity. So if you want to learn more about that, you can check out our Instagram and Facebook page. We are purposeful productivity underscore at Instagram and purposeful productivity on Facebook. So once again, thank you, Menjema, for having me. It has been a pleasure, and I'm sending love and light to everyone who is watching right now. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you so much, Miss Julia Morados, for sharing your insights. I hope that your teachings will be able to help someone in their journey through success. For our next speaker, she is a graduate of Meridian International College, batch of 2020, majoring in BS Music Business Management. Before transferring to Mint, she was majoring in BS Entrepreneurship in Enderun colleges. Through her organizations in both Mint and Enderun, she was able to spearhead multiple events, such as outreach programs and relief operations. She has done work as an events manager and marketing consultant, covering a span of 8 years. She has also accumulated different experiences as a performer and sound engineer for different varieties of events. She got her start as the marketing and events head of Sky Lounge, then shifted to freelancing for numerous production houses and other projects such as commercials for Metrobank and Ayala Land. She was also part of Universe's Multimedia Festival in Pineapple Lab, feature film entry titled AD in 2016 while completing her studies. Whilst with these business endeavors, she works alongside her family businesses and other passion projects. Her goal is to make a significant contribution in both the business and entertainment industry here in the Philippines. Without further ado, let us give a very warm welcome to our very own alumna, Miss Geleen Echiverri.
I'm Geleen Echiverri. I'm an alumni from Meridian International College, BS Music Business Management, class batch of 2020. So, what I do is that I'm a freelance sound engineer, marketing consultant, events manager, and photographer. And I started working as in full time as the head of events management and marketing at Sky Lounge in 2015 while I was still studying in Enderun colleges. But then I transferred to Mint, and that's when I really started on freelancing. So the reason why I had that shift from the full time job to freelancing was the fact that I valued more of quality than quantity when it came to my work, and also how to manage my time better to commit to both work and school. So, with that being said, when I was still in my full time job and my schedule was from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m., almost 6 days a week, I was also still attending classes, and it definitely wasn't balanced. So I was just fortunate that the company that I was working for was understanding with my situation and was able to break my hours to fit my studies into that. And it also helped the fact that my reputation on the projects I did for Enderin made them trust me with the work I did for that company. Even more so, though, dealing with that schedule, I had definitely a lot of times where I was close to being, or I was burnt out, and it definitely took a toll on my physical health due to that workload. As to when I went to Mint, I still had this thought of I didn't want to stop working. I didn't want to be passive, and I wasn't willing to wait to have things given to me, as I already knew that I could get by doing it by myself from my work experience prior to that. So, I mean, I was still fully aware that I couldn't stick with things that my full time job schedule um, demanded. So I finished my contract with them, and I went to Mint, and from there I decided to that freelance was really the better option. And sure, I mean, freelance has its perks. Sure, you have flexible hours, you have the choice of which product projects you want to do. I mean, you are your own boss. And overall it was really good for my health. Over Yeah, really good for my health. And but there are times where I had projects that would be full day shoots, recording sessions, events. I also had to be on locations for for locations as well. I had to make a decision that I had to cut my class for these things, and which this is why I also strongly suggest to use your cuts wisely. But I'm also not encouraging you guys to cut your classes, but that is the thing that I did just to make time for my work and to really still keep that quality. So the struggles and obstacles that I really faced during the time when I was in Enderin and Mint was really time management. But when I got to Mint, obviously it was more effective. Another another obstacle that you know that counted in my work was the fact that of budgeting for expenses for work, especially for transportation and school purposes as well, because of course school requires a lot as for you for your classes. But however, since I graduated, my focus wasn't as split, and now my work has my full attention that it really needs. So yeah, those things that I had prior to where I am now isn't what you call this prominent right now. So I mean, you'll get there. Don't be disheartened. You'll graduate for sure. So I think the takeaway from this is that if you're planning or if you're already working and studying, and if you have the willpower and the discipline to get into this, then you should really be set. But you should never ever forget to take into account that your health is a big factor, regardless of you choosing to do it. And naturally, I know people will have their doubts with choices like this, business wise even. But there's always going to be an upside to whatever you do. And it's a big example is your connections, your networking, really putting yourself out there, because regardless of that, like even if there may be lean seasons or a lot of things that's hindering you to do so, really these things will carry on long-term scheme, and it will really help your career to move forward and to get where you want to go, especially with your goals. So plan, have a lot of discipline, and be ready to make sacrifices for this, but also watch your health along the way, because the only constant thing that you'll be facing is really yourself, because at the end of the day, it's you who chooses whether you want to move forward and how badly you want to do this and to really push your career. So with that, I wish you guys the best. Hope to see you guys in the workforce, and maybe hopefully to work with you guys in the future. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Geleen Echiverri, for your wonderful teachings and insights. And I hope that everyone is able to get something important that will help them in the future. Nonetheless, we have more exciting things for you. So, to give us more inspiration that will educate us and at the same time inspire us, let us give the floor to our final speaker. She is a first year entrepreneurial management student in Mint College and social media marketer and creative who founded Zing Digital Plus last April of 2021. Please welcome Miss Gabrielle David.
Hi, I'm Gabby and I'm from first year college and I'm currently taking up entrepreneurial management in Mint College and I'll be graduating this 2024. I am currently running a social media marketing agency called Zing Digital Plus. So we help our clients and businesses around the Philippines to grow their business on social media, to get a social media presence, help them with their content, help them with their copies, market research, and more. So this started around last year of like April 2021, and it was inspiring because how I started was very small lang, and I really didn't have an idea on how I was going to proceed into the business, and I had no idea how to start and run it and develop it into this company that it is today. So it started as I was in grade 12, and I was running two online businesses, one sticker shop and one clothing shop. And through that, I was able to practice my skills of social media marketing, selling, and using social media as a platform to allow my customers, my dream clients to buy. And I asked myself, wait, why can't I do this for other businesses? I wanted to make a change, and I wanted to help others with the skills that I have, and something that I love personally. I end up posting on my own social media platforms and my personal accounts, and I love creating contents of different things that I love. And since it was a passion of mine, I wanted to pursue it, and I was like, hey, starting a social media marketing agency sounds like a good idea. So that was one of the reasons why using digital started then. And now we handle several clients, and with a small team helping out, and by just pursuing the passion, and just by being motivated into doing what I love, I was able to build something big, and something that I never thought I was gonna build at first year college as an 18-year-old. So I thought, yes, I wanted to put my skills to use. And at first, I thought no one would take me seriously in the market, since I'm a teenager running a business. I mean, it would be hard to trust me at first. So what I did when I started learning that people don't trust me with my age was they never knew my age until they hopped on the Zoom call with me. But, they end up closing the deal anyway. So I think that's important to know that no matter what age you are, it doesn't actually matter, because what's important is your hard work, your perseverance, how you don't want to give up, how you really want to pursue something you love and continue it no matter what everyone else says. And running a business and helping other businesses through my business has been a big accomplishment, because it's what I love. It's doing what I love and creating something big out of it. And balancing school and work life hasn't been easy. And it doesn't get any easier as the day comes, because, of course, at the end of the day, you're still a student while working, and you have to deliver to both your clients and to your prof. So, when there's a deadline, you still have to deliver to both, because both are a priority. And at the end of the day, you really want to deliver what's best to your client, and you also want to give your prof the best deliverables as you possibly can. And since business is a roller coaster ride, so it goes up, it goes down, you get the deal, you lose the deal, you learn something new, and then you struggle a bit, since especially in my industry, it's digital marketing. It continuously evolves, it continuously changes. It's just how technology nowadays work. There are a lot of changes. You don't see Facebook as the same as it is when it was back in 2014. So especially now that we are in a pandemic and social media has become big, it's been really a thing for digital marketers to adapt to changes quickly. And as a business owner, that has been easier to do, because as entrepreneurs, most of our time spent on the business is solving problems. That's what business is about, solving problems. That's what it takes. So if you really want to aspire to become a successful business owner, a successful entrepreneur, you have to be ready to solve problems on a daily basis, because that doesn't run out. But once you're passionate about it, once you're having fun with what you're doing, and you're not just doing it for some other goal, but it's self-fulfilling to know that you're doing your passion, you're earning from it, and you're motivated to grow it even more. And since I'm still a student and I'm a working student, it's been very helpful also for profs to talk to them, ask them about what I can do in my situation. And I'm also very grateful that there's like an asynchronous option in Mint, because with that asynchronous option, I'm able to study in my own time, I'm able to deliver in my own time, I'm able to pace the lessons in my own frame. And it's been really helpful compared to being synchronously with my classmates, because as we know, I'm a business owner. I have to attend client meetings and offers, do all the deliverables that are asked of me, and I just can't do it at the same time, especially now that everything's remote work. So I really love how the asynchronous class helped me. And I also love how Mint profs are mostly very understanding and very considerate of you. Most of my teachers, before the class starts, I'll send them an email about my situation, and they'd really understand where I'm coming from and would give me encouragement, time, and the effort lang to reach out to the student na it's okay, and encouraging you also to pursue what you love while studying and while accomplishing the subjects that were asked of me. It was something very motivating as a student in Mint, and it's something that I really loved as well, because I could attend synchronous class if I wanted to when I'm free, but profs are really very considerate of me, saying na continue pursuing this, just submit all the requirements and I'll be here if you need anything. So that was one of the things that have been really helpful for me as a working student now. And actually right now, as I am here speaking, I am in the office. So this is how my life is, and I think it's been pretty good as well, because I've had the experience as well as school. And what I love about school is that most of the projects are very practical. I can apply them to my own business. So let's say business plan preparation, and apply them to my own business. So I think that it was really helpful too as a business owner and as a student, that while you're learning, you're continuously implementing everything you're learning. And it's not just here, but you're actually applying it. And that was one of the things I love too, and one of the things I'm grateful for right now. And one of my struggles until now are, of course, dealing with clients, looking with clients, getting the deal, wanting to prove that we're the best agency for you to work with. And it's not easy, of course, to get a client. It's something that you really need to push, you need to work hard for. And with that, balancing school, it's not easy. It doesn't get easier. Like I said, it's a challenge. It's always a challenge for me to do both school and work at the same time. But I think that since I'm passionate with what I'm doing, I love what I'm doing, I'm enjoying it, I'm able to manage my time a bit better now than in the past. And with the help of my professors and with the help of my classmates, I'm able to tap them whenever I need them. So learning does get fun too every once in a while, and it gets very helpful for me as a business owner. And like I said, problem solving, it's a roller coaster. Business is a roller coaster. So if you are really leaning into that industry, if you really want to pursue business, you have to get used to the problems. You can't fail, you can't back down. I mean, you can't see failure as a good thing, as a bad thing, because failure is always there, and if you see it as a bad thing, you'll never succeed as an entrepreneur. Failure is how we learn. It's making mistakes is how we test to see if something works or not. And I think that's one of the lessons I learned as I grew for the past year. This business has been existing for almost a year now, and it's one of the most important things for me that I think is important to share to all of you. And it's very encouraging to me that If you fail, it's better than not trying at all. Go start that business, go like execute that idea, and if it doesn't work, just try again. And one of my advice is to take it one step at a time as well. Because to be honest, before I super rushed myself, I said, I need to make this business work at this time frame. But no, it doesn't work that way. You have to learn the skills, practice the skills, master the skills, learn how to do this, that, in order to run a successful business. Because if you don't take it one step at a time, you're just gonna stress yourself out, because there is no overnight success, there is no overnight business. It takes, an average of 8 years for a business to succeed, and it's not always that easy, because as a business owner, you have a lot of aspects to deal with, such as your deliverables, your team, your execution, and most importantly, how you will solve the problems that your business gives you. And yeah, you can't rush things like I did, and because everyone has their own time frame, and you can't just have that in one snap. You have to learn everything. You have to go through the failure process. You have to go through the challenges that life will give you, because a business doesn't develop just as perfect as it is. What makes a business successful is by failing, and by making mistakes. You're able to build up that business slowly, and by taking it one step at a time, you're able to see the progress compared to seeing the picture and the goal. Because as I did, I looked at the goal only. I didn't look at the process, and that took me nowhere. It took me 3 months to be stuck in that stage. And I always told myself, I want to be 1% better every day. You have to strive to be 1% better every day. You have to learn how to do things slowly and bit by bit, but you're creating a full picture. So what I do, once a day, sometimes I put a goal, and then I write a goal here, then I put the process. Then daily, I have like little tasks that I have to do to reach that goal. It doesn't really have to be in the business. It can be for personal development. Example, I want to control my thoughts better. I journal every day for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, until I'm able to reach my goal of being able to fix my thoughts and my emotions, taking control over myself through journaling. So that's one of the things that have contributed to my growth now and to my business's growth. Because if you don't grow as a person, your business won't. Because your mindset from here, it won't your business won't succeed without the proper mindset. You'll end up doubting yourself because of what people say. You'll end up doubting the business, closing the business. So it's really about how you think and how you will take action to do something in order to reach your goal. So as when you're passionate and you know your skills, so when you combine your skills, your passions, that will lead you to create something different or create something new. Innovation is what business is all about. So it's either you create something new or you create something different. Once you find out your skills and passions, you're able to combine those into creating something and developing something for the market, for your dream clients. And because of that, you're able to stand out. People will be able to, look at you in a certain way that you wish. And by developing your difference, by developing what you love and putting it into a business, it all comes to the story. And how people look at your story is how people look at you, how people look at your business, and what makes them attracted to buy from you. So one of my learnings too in the past year is by creating something different. So as a young entrepreneur and with a young team as well, it was, like I said, hard for our clients to trust us because we don't have much experience in this field, yet we're this agency. But once they see the progress, once they see the action that we took upon their business, once they see the results, they can't say anything anymore. So yes, we had to prove them wrong. We always had to, because it wasn't easy to win them. It's never easy to win your clients at first, but once you're able to deliver the results, make them happy, they really can't say anything anymore. And like I said about problem solving, it always comes. Our agency solves problems like every day, at least 10 problems a day. And even when I started as a kid, I was selling banana Q in my mom's office. I was 5 years old. I would solve a lot of problems as a 5-year-old entrepreneur. Like, oh my gosh, I'm sold out. Where will I get my stocks now? I'm missing 5 pesos of sales. I'm missing my my container. There are a lot of problems as an entrepreneur, so you really have to deal with it and learn how to solve them. And by being dedicated to learn, by being dedicated to practice, nothing can stop you. You're an entrepreneur. You have to learn how to, do stuff in your business. And it doesn't happen in one snap. It took me about 8 months to learn the ropes of digital marketing, of social media marketing. It wasn't easy because I had school and I had to learn digital marketing at the same time. And it was an educational experience for me, because I learned how to, within myself, that I can't do this in like the certain time frame that I hoped for. I had to do it in little by little steps. So until now, I don't know everything about digital marketing. I am still learning. I am continuing to grow. I'm continuing to upskill and learn everything I need to know, but still, it's a process. It's a lifelong learning thing to learn about what your business is about, and especially how you're able to grow that business, because the business doesn't just stay in one spot. It grows, and you have to learn how to deal with change, especially, like I said, in our industry. It grows a lot. It grows rapidly. We're social media. One day it's Facebook, the next day it's TikTok. So it's very hard that you have to adapt to all these changes, but it's what makes it fun. What's fun when a business is linear? Results aren't linear in business. It's something that makes it very exciting. It's something that makes it, the adrenaline rush of having to solve another problem. It's very fulfilling as an entrepreneur to know that. And I started to develop my habits, and because habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. So what I did, I would start with small habits and just stack them up and grow them. And while I did that, I was able to learn so many things, and not just for the business but for myself. I was able to learn a lot of things about myself and how I do things and how this will help my business. And because I started a business, I have to relate myself to my clients, because the clients don't choose the business because of what the business is. They choose it because of the story, because of my story. So whenever I go on client meetings, of course, I personally know them, because I personally get to know them, because that's what makes them attracted to the business. It's you. You're the business. You're the story that they want to hear from. And, like I said, results aren't linear. So if you're expecting for your business to go, that won't happen. Because mine definitely did. I had to learn so much along the way, and by failing, I was able to test and verify what works and what doesn't work. And I did not, give up. I was about to. I was like, this business doesn't work at all. I don't know how I'm gonna get clients. No one trusts me. I'm not skilled enough, but with enough practice, with enough patience for myself, and I was able to build the company that it is today. We are handling several clients already, and we are delivering the best results possible. And I really like this quote that I kept in my mind while I was in the process. I did not fail. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. I think that was very important, because I kept pushing and pushing and striving to get it perfect. But no, it doesn't. It never gets perfect. So I think as a business owner, you don't strive for perfection, you strive for the progress. And because of that I'm able to test, fail until I hit one correct thing, and that's where the success came. And then you're gonna fail again. That's how it works. You can't do anything about it. What's important is you enjoy it. You enjoy the failures because it's temporary. You're gonna succeed as long as you don't give up, as long as you keep testing, you're hardworking. It all doesn't matter. It all won't matter anymore in the future. So that's what I learned. You test it and test it and test it. Test the market, test if the product works, test if your solution works, test if your offer works. Because the thing about entrepreneurship is it's not like in school na you have to get it all right. For entrepreneurship, you just have to get one thing right, and that's it. And it's gonna be easier along the way. So because of many failures, and since you fail a lot, you learn a lot about your business, and it doesn't get easier. Yeah, it's a lot of different challenges. One challenge won't be like the last, but because of what you know and what you've learned in the past, you're able to develop that and create something new and create something better for your business. And okay, so my very first ad, that sucked. Like, it was like a graphic and it said free consultation or something, and it was just a simple graphic. But my business coach told me, hey, why don't you try a video? I said, no, I don't want to try a video. I'm shy. I hate the camera. I'm scared that people will judge me. But he encouraged me to do so anyway because, failing is not trying. So I was like, okay, why not? I'll try. So I filmed a video. That was my second ad. And it failed. Until I got that one video right. The ad blew up. And I had more client inquiries than I used to. And it was about stepping out of my comfort zone, because if I didn't step out of my comfort zone, I wouldn't be where I am today. And because I stepped out of my comfort zone, I'm able to improve my confidence, I'm able to improve myself. And yeah, mostly because of me trying something new, trying something different, it has made me where I am today. And because I filmed that video, if I did not film that video, everything would be gone. Zing Digital Plus wouldn't exist right now. Because I was too scared, I put a graphic. But since I decided to do something I've never done before, I filmed the video. It took me to where I am today. I still hate talking in front of the camera, but as I got used to it, I got more comfortable with it, and I was like, hey, this is kind of fun. But until now, it's still very scary for me to see the camera. Hi. And it's been a self-development for me to improve my confidence, and not just in myself but confidence in my business. It showed my clients, my family and friends, my prospects that, oh, this girl has it. This girl, I want to work with her. So I think that was one of the reasons why my business blew up. And I learned the value of mistakes. I used to cry. I still cry when I make mistakes, but at the end, I decided to learn the value of my mistakes and just try again until I hit that one right thing. And everything got easier. And after that, you fail again, you learn, and you discover new things. That's how business works. That's what it takes to be an entrepreneur. So my life as a student entrepreneur, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to balance everything. But at the end of the day, it's life, and you can't do anything about it. Business is about problem solving. So whether it's about the business, it's about school, it's about your personal life, it's a never-ending problem solving. And you just have to have fun in the ride. And as long as you're passionate, as long as you love what you're doing, you'll get there. And my motivation for you today is to start doing something you really hate and you're really scared of, because one snap and you get that right, you'll be getting opportunities that you never thought you would, because that's what happened to me, and I believe that's what happened to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing such an informative subject, and it is such an honor to hear your perspective. As we explore what we love through Retro Mint, creations through time and beyond. And that's it for today's agenda. Make sure also to check out Mint Prod and the school's official Facebook and Instagram pages for further updates as they've prepared more fun filled activities for the org week. It's literally entertainment in the comfort of your home. Of course, first and foremost, we'd also like to express our appreciation to the speakers, Miss Julia Morados, Miss Gabrielle David, and Miss Geleen Echiverri, for being part of our event and for their valuable contribution to our occasion for Retro Mint. It's both a pleasure and privilege to have your presence by sharing your experiences with us, as the talk that we just had was very insightful, especially for students like us. We really thank you for the big help, and we will see you again. Our deepest gratitude also goes to all of our attendees for today's event that helped make it such a successful webinar. And that's it for today's event. I hope to see you again next time. This has been Aline Alberto. You can follow me on my Twitter and Instagram at Hiraya_X. And it has been a pleasure hosting this week's program.